National Orientation Agency Director General, stakeholders canvass national peace and development. France announces plan to continue fighting terrorism in Sahel, pulls out troops from Mali. Federal government gross debt to grow by 92%, hits 136 trillion naira. Details coming up shortly. This is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Rose Audu, and this is TOS News 360. As part of commitment to rid the country of corrupt practices among youth in Nigeria, the Director General of the National Orientation Agency, Garba Bari, speaking at the agency's yearly patriotism orientation program tagged Fall in Love with Nigeria, with the theme, My Role in Making a Nigeria of My Dream. So said social media gives amplitude to the voices of hate, misunderstanding and intolerance, which blur the beautiful diversities of Nigeria, adding that Nigeria is currently one of the most vilified, scrutinized and disrespected nations on earth. The DG added that in the 2022 edition of the Fall in Love with Nigeria Patriotism Orientation Program, it conducted a national competition for the integrity clubs established in various secondary schools across Nigeria, targeted at reorienting youth and provide an avenue for national introspection which facilitates national rebirth and peace. Queues at fuel stations have persisted in Abuja, Lagos, Kaduna and other states following the findings and withdrawal of contaminated petrol across the world. A survey on Monday showed that the queues were increasing since last week when the news of the adulterated fuel spread across the nation. While about 100 million liters of adulterated premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, was observed to have been supplied to Nigeria. President Muhammadu Buhari will depart Abuja for Brussels, Belgium on Tuesday to attend the European Union-African Union Summit. This was disclosed by the personal assistant of the president on new media, Bashir Ahmad, through his Twitter handle. Ahmed wrote, President Muhammadu Buhari will depart Abuja today to join European and other African leaders, as well as heads of multilateral organizations that assist European Union-African Union Summit in Brussels, Belgium. And the Civilian Joint Task Force, established by the Borno government in 2013 to assist security forces in the fight against insurgency in Borno, disengaged 2,203 children within its rank and filed in compliance with the United Nations Convention against the use of child soldiers. This was disclosed by the commander of the CJTF, Abati Issa, during an event to commemorate this year's International Day Against the Use of Child Soldiers on Monday in Maiduguri. To bring you stories across Africa, Mauritius ambassador to the United Nations, Jagdish Koonjul, on Monday hoisted his country's flag above the atoll of Peros Banhos and declared that his country has reclaimed Chagos Archipelago from Britain. The Prime Minister of Mauritius, Profins Jagnoth, in a pre-recorded message stated that this is the first time Mauritius has led an expedition to that part of its territory, adding that he feels sad that he could not be part of the historic visit. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television, and you're watching TOS News 360. More Africa, global, business and sports stories when we return. To stay with us. Welcome back. French Foreign Affairs Minister Jean Le Drian announced on Monday French troops would continue fighting terrorism in Sahel, but no longer in Mali. Mounting tensions between French and Malian authorities triggered what French President Macron called a need for significant changes in his country's military presence. The Drian deemed conditions were no longer met for French forces to continue fighting in Mali, but he insisted France would stand alongside other Sahelian nations. And 2 people were killed after a cargo train crashed into a truck at a railway crossing in Zambia on Monday. The driver of the truck was coming from the capital Lusaka, failed to stop at a railway crossing in Kapiri. Mposhi, 200 kilometers from the capital. Operators of the train were killed in the accident, police commander for Zambia Central Province said. And on the international scene, Brazil on Monday restarted its diplomatic ties with Kyiv as far-right President Jair Bolsonaro set off on an official visit to Russia amid escalating tensions between Moscow and the West over Ukraine. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Carlos Franca, spoke by phone today with the Ukrainian Foreign Minister, Dranto Kuluba. The Foreign Minister said on Twitter shortly before Bolsonaro took off for Russia. And Russian President Vladimir Putin said Tuesday that Moscow is ready for talks with the United States and NATO on limit for missile deployments and military transparency in a new sign of easing East-West tensions. The statement came after Russia announced it is pulling back some troops from exercises that have raised fears of a potential invasion of Ukraine. Speaking after talks with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, Putin said the United States and NATO rejected Moscow's demand to keep Ukraine and other ex-Soviet nations out of NATO, halt weapons deployments near Russian borders, and roll back alliance forces from Eastern Europe. And in business, the federal government of Nigeria gross debt profile is projected to grow by 92.11% from 70.85 trillion naira in 2022 to 136.11 trillion naira in 2026, according to the International Monetary Fund. The Washington-based lender made this projection in a report titled Nigeria Staff Report for the 2021 Article 4 consultation. According to the fund, the gross debt figures of the federal government and the public sector include overdrafts from the Central Bank of Nigeria, promissory notes, and AMCON debt. This means debt including ways and means have been factored into the total debt profile of the government. And that is TOS News 360 on your digital first Pan-African News Network. For more update, visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Do follow and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Rose Audu, and many thanks for watching.